Alright, I'm back. Apologies. I'm the internet, man. Hardwired too. I have no idea why it's doing that. Gold is just off. Gold's melting. I need a pause. I need definitely some sort of pause, at least on the 5-minute. And just on a express train all the way down. Yeah, apologies guys. If it crashes again, I'm just not going to bother. See what the deal is with the internet. Hopefully I can maybe have something better up and running shortly. Really want to see a bit of a pullback, or I want to see some 5-minute exhaustion, because look at this. It's been a solid move since the open. 80 odd pips. That's wow. 86 pips. That's a strong move. So I'm not going to force my way in without that pullback just now. DJ, he's shit house, absolute crap. I need a 5-minute candle closing back bullish, and I need it to be engulfed, and it could be a limit order to follow. Here, oof, and Sean. Sinking now. Wow. That's all part of it, man. At least, look, at least there was profit. Ah, man, gold. And it happens, guys. Sometimes that's the deal. It will go without leading to any confirmation. That is pretty much your only entry that Juan Franco mentioned as a possibility. Just no upper wick though. It is off-putting, and you had support here in an overall strong uptrend, bullish across the board. Very hard to trust that impulse, but it's made a move, so likely at some point it could pull back to that 2,262 now. Doesn't necessarily have to happen straight away, but at least it opens up more options moving forward. Or now potential sell. Seeing it's broken a support. Now it's a matter of pulling back to retest the support. Now it may pull back higher up, because this is the most recent support it's broken. Reject, and then you could look to sell it from higher up. So almost now. Seeing we've broken back into this range below. I'd probably look at that level for rejection. You have gone again? Maybe it's just, oh man, it's probably my internet. It doesn't say I have on my side. Oh, I think I have. Have I? I'm okay now. No, it wasn't just you, man, because it's the same on my phone, but seems to be working just now. Sell gold now. There's no pullback. Sometimes the move, just like I said before, it just makes the move without giving you any confirmation. You've got to accept in Forex, and you mentioned Geek Newspaper that you're new, you're a beginner. The most difficult thing to learn in Forex, and mark my words, no matter what anyone tells you, the most difficult thing to learn is to have patience. Patiently wait for your plan to unfold, and without deviating, without just taking second best, or not even second best. In this case, this isn't even second best to me. You just need to have a plan and wait for your confirmations. You should have like what I've got, not maybe so much detail just yet, but a playbook where you'll recognize and become familiar with certain entries, certain setups. Yeah, so for me, it's definitely not a sell option just now. For me, I'd rather wait for that pause, wait for that pullback. In this case, you're best to wait for a proper pullback to retest this support. It's just broken. Rejection, sell options. Otherwise, create the high, form a resistance within, again, the current daily candle, pull back, form a high low, break above the high, and you could potentially buy it moving forward. So yeah, the hardest part is just to sit patiently. And that's why I always say these streams aren't about signals, it's about education. It's about showing you how I go about my trading and what works for me, because it works. Being patient works. Waiting and having discipline for your plays to play out. GJ is trash, absolute shit. Gold's not much better. Oh, Sean, all good, man. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. I'll check my IG later on. Geek News, all good. No reason. Sorry, no reason. I was just reading that comment above. No problem at all. You're welcome to ask. You're entitled to ask. I have severe lag on my end. Not sure if it's the same with you guys. Issue with sells just now. Where's your stop loss? That's my concern. To use the current canvas high in an uptrend, very risky, because what it could do is just grab a little bit more liquidity and eventually flip once again, break its own high. You're taken out. You need a wider stop loss. Issue with the current previous candle high. Look at that. You're looking at over 100 pips. I'm not going to roll over 100 pips stop loss. I'm sorry. Man, that's frustrating. The other stream I think had 18 live, which is, for me, it's a lot. Yeah, apologies guys. Not sure what the deal is with the internet this evening here. It's a bit like charts rank. So on gold, it's just impulse entries. I'm not an impulsive trader. That means there's nothing. Look at that. It's just a straight move down. For me to chase a move that's ready, you know, it's moved over 100 pips, I need to pull back. GJ is melting too, by looks like. You Geek News, Euro tapping into fair value get, maybe buy to take for Asian rank. EU. what time frame though? Yeah, it is. I mean, it's tapping to here. That was yesterday's candle though. If you're talking about fair value gaps, I mean, that's probably the zone. Again, I'm not sure if marking the zone in right in that regard, but if that is the case, then would have been a buy option. Stop loss below low. So what I mentioned before was waiting for the 30 minutes to do what the hourly is currently trying to do. And if the hourly does the same and closes back either weak bearish or preferably back bullish, and you've got this M30 closing, if not bullish engulfing, closing strong bullish up near the high of the previous candle, could be options to buy it on a 5 minute. It's talking about here. Yeah, it's still yesterday's candle technically, but I'm pretty sure that's the level you're talking about and has tapped in and bouncing off it. So that's why I'll be looking out at EU now. If this closes bullish engulfing, it is bullish on the M30. You have daily counter probabilities on your side as well. So it could have just been a current daily, grabbing more liquidity, creating support before it heads up. Where could your entry be above that previous bearish candle's high? Or the current candle's high, if it does, it's still 21 minutes left, so it could get it. Could get, man, I'm reading the chat. I'm trying to focus on the chart and yeah, saying the wrong things. But yeah, so it could close bullish engulfing is what I was trying to say. Geek newspaper. So market is up now for EU. I'm just a beginner pro, sorry. No need to be sorry. Yeah, I'd like to buy it if I was trading it. And that would be my potential entry, waiting for this candle to close though. This 30, you gotta wait 20 minutes in my opinion for this candle to close, just more than 20 minutes to see where it's at. Because on the flip side, if this closes weak bullish for a long wick up, almost back at its open, that would give me more indication that it's likely going to come down, and you could potentially sell it as soon as it breaks the current bullish candle's low on the next candle. But as a beginner, I will try to upload some more educational content. Make sure to follow me, man, on IG. TikTok, I'm posting another reel this evening, my time. Actually, I think it may have just gone live. Make sure to follow me on TikTok because you get a lot of short reels there, and it sums up like entries and that within a minute, like how to take certain entries. I'll just quickly show you it. Yeah, so make sure to follow me, man. This is all educational stuff, and it's all short videos, so you can pause it and take some notes down. Yeah. No problem, man. Also, make sure to have a watch of my, what was it? I'll show you on YouTube. It's an educational video that I uploaded a while back. I'll pop a link into the chat. Have a watch of this as well, man. Just as a little bit of education. You have a problem with English? I'm talking Arabic? All good, man. No problem. We'll try to work our way around. You may even be able to turn on subtitles, captions, man, in Arabic. I'm not sure. You might be able to. I don't know how it's going to translate over, though, with my Aussie and slang the way I speak, but it could work. Who knows? I'm sure YouTube have now got that option. Alright, have one 5-minute doji candle. Hardly enough. Alright, GJ trying to pop back above. So was this just the liquidity grab, and now if we create another high low on GJ? Still need to see a nice closure above. Oh, this is quite boring, isn't it? Gold stopped. GJ still has no idea what it wants to do. Gold's approaching a 5-minute support. Really needs to pull back after that move. We get paid to wait. So definitely, it's what today's about. Looks like more likely to potentially happen later though, because that was the move. GJ has not made any move. That was the only move, and that's just out of nowhere on gold from the middle of consolidation, basically from above a support. You definitely know me from the old stream that I wouldn't take it on that. I'm going to take it here too, so it's all good. Kick news, Euro tapping into another fair value gap. He's going down now. The reason why it's going down is it's just range bound, but it's not technically going down. I mean, it's still potentially valid on the next candle. Still got 12 minutes of data to print within this candle, so it could still do anything. It could basically fill this range back to the high yet again. What would be really nice, let's just say this candle closes a weak bearish candle with a decent wick to the downside, formed at support in an uptrend, a minor resistance. Now if we are to continue bearish, we have no need to break that minor resistance. Lost my zoom call as well. Don't need to break that minor resistance, and we should just respect it, get back down, retest the lows, potentially create lower low, come down to next support over here to the left. Now seeing reform that resistance, and if it's a minor one and we begin to pop above it, depending how this candle closes, where I take the impulse, because what you've got to consider is the 30 minutes going to close back strong bullish if this closes a weak bearish candle. So it's not a reckless trade, it's not an impulse, it's just taking it on the confirmation M30, but you're using that 15-minute resistance, a break of it, as added confluence to buy it, because if you are to break it, you're likely heading up. If you respect it, you're likely heading down. So tie that in, let's just say this candle closes, I can't draw it in, I don't have my zoom call up, but if this closed even halfway within this wick, this candle closes, let's just say here, go on to the M15, what that's going to resemble is, obviously that's the closure, weak bearish, long wick to the downside, and then that's the entry as soon as it breaks. Small lower wick on the following M30, creating a high low high high on the M30 time frame. I would take that every single day of the week if it happened on gold and GJ, and this is a lot cleaner than both gold and GJ right now. So that's you know, for education. To be honest, I've taken this year, and this is not a word of a lie, because I was away for almost 2 months, I only traded the last 2 weeks of January, and I've only started trading last Monday. I've taken 7 or 8 trades this year, not taken a loss yet, and that's because I practice patience. I don't force anything, I just sit and wait. I know my optimal time to enter, and it might not be as often as other people's, but it works for me, so that's what I do. I have got some new entries which worked an absolute treat last week twice. They're basically exact same trades. One on gold, one on GJ. But otherwise, it's just a matter of patience. It's all it is. Patience game. GJ's not going to close above. It's gone. And gold needs that pullback. I'm probably just going to head, guys, because this is just shit. That was the move today during London session. So what I'd be looking for is, once again, the proper pullback now. Upon continuation below lows, yeah, could do it, but you got some 5-minute support here. So if you trade it based off that time frame, which I know a lot of people do, certain other streamers do. Obviously, Domvo, who I respect. I don't understand how he trades, but pretty sure that's what we'd be looking at. Maybe closures below this 5-minute support. But for me, what I'd be waiting for is the actual pullback. Probably pullback to retest that previous zone and wait for my confirmations to sell it from higher up. Now that we've created that impulse down, create that lower low, as long as we pull back to create a lower high, I trust the sells at this point. Not only that, we're going to have the 4-hour closing back. What did I mention before in the 4-hour, right at the beginning of the stream? That suggests exhaustion. That is a potential sign that if we are to break the low of that candle, we're going to head down, and that's exactly what we've done. So that's just simple price action trading, but based off the 4-hour. So if I trade based off the 4-hour, probably could have been involved. Just didn't have the right confirmation on the M30. So that's what I'd be looking for as far as the sell. Now, if I was to buy it, so I just want to add something to that. So your 4 hours going to close back bearish. What you're anticipating is the new candle is going to pull back to create up a wick, reject that previous zone of support, form that resistance, and then you're looking for your sell option. Now, as for the buys, it's still in an overall massive uptrend. This is just maybe a little bit of a pullback to grab liquidity before it heads back up. So where I wanted to tap into, that's not really much of a level if you're to talk about for price to tap into and form a support above. A 5-minute I don't consider, so I'm just going to remove it. But it could really pull up at any point because it is in an uptrend. Doesn't necessarily have to come back down to this previous zone of support. It may do so. Probably better if it does, because then you can buy it lower down. But if it was to just consolidate now and come close to NY, starts to pop above the consolidation, that could be the cue to buy it back up, and you still may have enough margin even if it does reject this previous zone at that point. That's what I'd be looking at on gold. GJ, shit fire right now. It's just a red hot mess. Buys above the high, still gonna be technically valid as long as you get the right confirmations. Right now, it's just consolidating yet again. So the confirmation for me is definitely a strong closure above this gray zone. Preferably a closure above the current daily candle's high, if nothing else, right up near it. And then lower wick. Continuation, the 4-hour added confluence, high low high high, may close back bearish low, but having said that, still as long as the new candle we have that 30-minute closure above, then it likely to create a high low high high yet again in a 4-hour, and we do have some clean traffic to the left. And if we get that catalyst, that closure above, I feel probably give you enough confidence, enough reason to take the buy option. As for the sells, I'm struggling. I really don't know where to sell at the moment because he's selling into very choppy traffic. When I see that, I'd rather create a nice clean move down, and if it bounces off it, pull back, create an either a lower high or equal high, reject, and then you're looking for your catalyst sells. No idea where to sell upon continue. There is no sells upon continuation at this stage until it actually breaks the lowest point, which is the previous daily candle, so the current weekly candle low. That's a fair way off. Try my best, guys. That's what I'll be looking at. Appreciate you guys for joining. Once again, apologies for the interruption before. Yeah. But cheers. Good to see you, Silent, by the way. Great to have you on the stream. Geek Newspaper, as always. Just stick with it, my friend. Be patient with it. Forex is not something, it's not a get rich quick scheme like a lot of people see and think from what they see on IG and YouTube, all those catchy thumbnails and that. Just be patient with it, brother. Stick with it. Learn a discipline. Watch what I rewatch streams even to learn. Have a watch of the educational stuff I post, this more so on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and what I will upload and what I have already uploaded on YouTube, some videos, and you'll definitely learn. But yeah, appreciate the support, guys. I will be on tomorrow same time, probably about 6:30 a.m. UK time, hopefully with better internet connection. Until then, guys, trade safe. Keep an eye out for an NY update video to come a little bit later on, internet willing, if it doesn't just die in the next few hours. And yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Trade safe. High impact news to come, so be very careful. See you tomorrow.